Gone midnight. That made it Christmas. Helen stared at her tousled bed and sighed. She pulled clothes on, switched the central heating and hot water onto constant, and went down to the kitchen. She could get the turkey into the oven. Paul would be starving when he got back. They could have lunch for breakfast, if he wanted. She found a glass in her hand, almost without thinking. She always had a glass of sherry when cooking Christmas dinner. What did it matter if it was, she focused on the clock, 20 to 1. Everything was on its head tonight. Everything would just happen 12 hours early. The plates in her glass-fronted cabinet were shaking with the beat of whatever they were playing at number 22. If she wasn't so tired, well, never mind. The turkey was stuffed and the oven up to heat. She looked at the clock again. This is possibly rather silly, she thought, and shut the door on the bird. She collected potatoes and peeled them, put water on to boil. The doorbell went, long and insistent, as though it had been rung once or possibly twice already and not been heard. She was sure she would have heard, despite the racket from next door. Back to Slade again. Mama, we're all crazy now. Good God, Matt must actually like them. Helen went to the door and flung it open, expecting Paul. Not Paul. Matt. Matt with 2 cocktail glasses, both about half full of something in multicoloured layers. Come to apologise, he said breezily, stepping through her too-open door and kicking it shut behind him. He walked into the kitchen. Helen followed. Saw your light on, knew you were up. Sorry, thought you should come and join the party. It's not the best time. Christmas, not the best time? That's ridiculous. Paul's mother's in hospital. Oh, so that's why you're on your own. So it's a bit worrying and, well, if Paul's with her, nothing for you to worry about. Come and join us. Dad says you're a great dancer. Ballet, Helen said. And I'm retired, almost. She wondered when Matt and her father had had that conversation and turned the boiling water off. Matt pushed the cocktail into her hand. Fabulosa, he said, grinning. Did you enjoy the fireworks? Oh, spectacular, especially the one that nearly broke the window. Sorry, again. Overworking that word, aren't I? A tad. Helen took a sip of the cocktail. It was stunningly good. She gasped. Matt's grin widened. There's more next door. Helen glanced down at her apron. Yesterday's jeans. Stale sweater. No knickers, she thought briefly. She looked at Matt's torn-kneed combats and faded T-shirt. If anything, she was overdressed. She took another sip. Well, maybe for an hour. She wrote a note for Paul and tucked it under the flap of the letterbox. Couldn't sleep. I'm next door. Knock if you don't have your key. Otherwise, please baste turkey and come round. Yeah. It was only as the door slammed behind her that she realised her key was still in Paul's coat pocket.